Legends, we in the lab, got the goggles on tight. Joey in the zone, analyzing pure fright. Harry's got the clipboard, Luke's on his way. Ryan's in the corner yelling, run it back, no way. Pull up the footage, slow-mo on display. Mark Nawaqanitawase ran the sideline, hop kick like a glitch. Defied all physics, made the lost twitch. Grounded the footy with a twist in the sky. Tell me, is that freak? Or just freaky fly?
Legends, welcome back to another episode of the Ruck Infringement Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Joey, and this is episode 110, Freak or Freaky. Joining me, we have a full squad here today. How exciting. The man to my left, the dongle, all the way from, where'd you play this week, mate? Amy Park?
No, that was a home game, right?
Oh, home game. Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. All the way from Shark Park.
Mate. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a few weeks.
Has been.
Cold as witches' tits tonight, but it's good.
I mean, I've never seen witches' tits before, but I'll take your word for it.
Out, yeah.
Oh, I really am.
Pointy.
Joining us in the middle, of course, the man, the international cricket sensation, Harrison Smith. How are you?
Absolutely fabulous, mate. My team got a big win this week, 100-0 against the Bite.
100-0. Love it.
And, didn't let anyone down in the tips this week, so thank God for that.
Thank God.
But, great week of footy again, and always a pleasure to be back here.
It's always great, mate. And, of course, the stats man, Luke Phillips, rocking the stats man hoodie as well, looking fantastic. Mate, how are you?
Fantastic. The book has returned.
Oh.
The book has returned.
The book is back.
The book
Watch
is
out.
back. So, it was a very disappointing Sunday night, but what can I say? Of course, my Tigers let me down on my birthday weekend, so...
Oh, I'll say one thing, mate. Did your fiance go easy on you?
Nah. Nah, I refused to talk to her, and then she rang me about 20 past 9 or something like that. She goes, "Are you still at the pub?" And I said, "Well, of course. I'm not in a happy mood, so I'm drinking my sorrows away." And then
Drink when you're upset, drink when you're happy.
Yeah. So then we stopped talking for a bit.
Oh.
But she's back home now. She's waiting for me to come home tonight.
Are we unearthing something here or something? We can stop recording.
It's actually a therapy session. This is a therapy lounge. Boys, tips this week. Now, it's come to my attention that I did get the least amount of tips this week with 3 from 8. To my defence, I was 1 from 5 heading into Sunday, so I'm very happy I got 2 right on Sunday. Fuck your team for beating Melbourne. I would have got another one, but
Yeah, got a bone to pick with all you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So it has come to my attention because of that. I need to wear the I Am a Liability hat, so I'll be wearing that for this episode. Fits my head pretty well.
It's a very good fit, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
Country Trucker Caps, CTC.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
they want to reach out, good people.
Knuckles, get onto us, mate. Come on.
Absolutely. That's right. All right, let's get into it. We're going to throw over to Luke for the stat deck.
Alrighty. Quick refresher, considering the last time I brought this book out was round 3. Luke's stats for the year will be the big difference, which is the biggest points differential game. We've got the largest jump on the ladder. We've got the game changer, and we've got the where were you. In round 11, the big difference was Parramatta defeating the Knights 28-6. Knights had 1 try, 1 goal, had 45% possession, had 14 errors and 4 ruck infringements. The Eels had 5 tries, Lomax scoring a double. Kicked 3 from 5 goals with 1 penalty goal. They had 55% possession with 15 errors and 5 ruck infringements. For the Knights, Kai Pearce-Paul made the most tackles with 39. Ponga had 22 runs for 254 metres, and Tyson Gamble with 409 kicking metres. For the Eels, Riley Smith had 38 tackles, Lomax had 30 runs for 271 metres, and Mitchell Moses kicking 656 metres in the game.
Kicked himself into an Origin jersey.
Absolutely.
Easily, yeah.
Moving on to the largest jump. I don't really want to talk about this game. We'll just skip that one. No, we had the Rabbits getting it done 22-12 over the Tigers. The Rabbits jumped from 11th spot to 7th on the ladder.
Yuck.
They've jumped 4 positions. The only other the closest ones were all 2 jumps. So they obviously sealed the largest jump this week.
I didn't know they could go higher than 9th. That's impressive.
That's exactly right.
There you go.
The Rabbits had 4 tries, 3 from 4 conversions, 49% possession with 9 errors and 3 ruck infringements. Tigers 2 tries, Api Coruscant sealing both of those, snapping Latrell's ankles. Love to see that.
And not getting picked as hooker.
Sad to see that. We had 2 from 2 conversions, 51% possession, 12 errors and 2 ruck infringements. Terrell May made 63 tackles, and I've just found out he missed 0 on the
Wow,
weekend.
that's huge.
Well done.
109 fantasy points for me.
Exactly.
121 in Supercoach.
Both Buller and Taruva
50
had
kills on Call of
25.
Duty.
And one burnt New South Wales jersey. Oh, too soon.
Yeah, exactly. Buller and Taruva, 25 runs each. Buller made 297 running metres, and Luai kicked for 334 metres. The Rabbits, it was all one person this week.
Keon
Kaloa Matangi. 49 tackles, 27 runs, 286 running metres. The only person who beat him was Humphries with the kick because Keon can't kick for shit. So Kaloa Matangi had 530. Oh, sorry. Humphries had 530 kicking metres. Moving on to the game changer. I think that there was one moment in this game which sealed it for me, and it's the dongle. Well done to the Sharks, getting it done 31-26 over the Storm.
the game changer.
You were, mate. You
He was
were.
the game changer. But I think for me, the game-changing moment of this was that field goal.
Oh, yeah.
I think
for
that
sure.
field goal just edged Storm out of the game.
Grab him. He's just up there.
Yeah.
Nico.
There you go. So
Bobblehead.
I thought it was just a fantastic game from the Sharkies. The Sharks had 5 from 5 tries. Atkinson bagging himself a double. They kicked 5 from 5 goals with 1 field goal. And apparently I forgot to write the rest of the stats, so just give me a second. I'll bring those up. I don't know why I left
It was
those
a
ones out.
fantastic game, though. Mate, I was really shocked at how well the Sharks played.
Yeah, I got home late. I was out at dinner. I got home late and I switched the game on. And I couldn't believe it either. I'm like, there's no way this happens. But yeah, what can I say? That's the 4th time in a row we've beaten the Storm at Shark Park. Yeah,
Fantastic.
So Andrew Johns, that's a bogey team. That's what that is.
Not the Warriors.
The Sharkies had 49% possession. They had 11 errors and 1 ruck infringement. The Storm had 5 tries. Coates bagging himself a triple. They kicked 3 from 5 conversions. They had 51% possession with 12 errors and 5 ruck infringements. Bellamy would not have been happy.
Imagine a spit.
Oh,
Oh,
it would have been scary. Cam
Harry would have been
McInnes,
wiping it off his glasses.
Cam McInnes, 38 tackles. Adam Fanua-Blake, 22 runs for 249 run metres. And Braden Trindle kicking for 364 metres. Trent Liero, 36 tackles. He also had 17 runs. Nelson Asofa-Solomona had 158 running metres. And Cameron Munster kicked for 266 kicking metres. And my last game of the week, the Where Were You? I thought there was a couple of teams that could have deserved this. The Knights, obviously.
Yeah.
But they were obviously in the biggest difference. So I went with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
After the couple of
shout.
after the games that they've had over the last couple of weeks, getting a draw against Penrith, they didn't turn up this week, so they were the Where Were You game. Cowboys scored 6 points, 1 try, 1 conversion, 50% possession with 14 errors and 1 ruck infringement. Manly, 24 points, 4 tries, Saab bagging a double, 3 from 4 conversions, 1 penalty goal, 50% possession with 15 errors and 2 ruck infringements. Reece Robson, 47 tackles, Robert Derby, 22 runs, Viliami Vailea, 206 running metres, and Tom Dearden, 267 kicking metres. For Manly, Jazz Tavanga, 36 tackles, Lehigh Hopewadi, 21 runs, for 213 metres, and Daly Cherry Evans, 371 kicking metres.
Good to see him finally do something.
Huge, yeah.
Exactly. I do have some Origin stats, but I'll bring those out when we
Yeah,
get
beautiful.
back later in the podcast.
Love
So,
it, mate.
Thank you.
It's always good. A couple of games we didn't talk about. You can head back and check out the Ruck Report, which dropped last night with myself. Producer Reese jumped on, tried to add what he knew, which was not much, but he tried his best. So head over to the Ruck Report to hear the whole analysis of review of round 11. One thing we will talk about, we spoke about it off air, but Mark Nawaqanitawase and that freakish try.
Yep.
We're still not sure how he's done it. I know NRL Roast, shout out to Roast, he tried to emulate it at the park. Couldn't do it at all. Did not pay off one bit. I think it's going to be like the Benji flick. People are going to be trying to do this in the backyard for years to come. But incredible stuff there. Just couldn't get the chocolates in that game.
Kind of like he just sort of ad-libbed it, you know? Like he sort of like, but he timed it so well and everything was just like he meant to do it. Like, I don't know. It was just freakish, you know. They probably named an episode after it. Or
Yeah,
something.
maybe episode 110, I reckon. Freak or freaky. All right, let's jump into some dynamos and dungs for round 11, boys. Now, big round of footy. Lots of dynamos to talk about. Harry, you want to start us off?
Oh, start with the worst one. That's all right. My dynamo this week, I'm gonna give it to. It's hard to choose.
Penrith didn't play, so he's scrambling.
I'm torn between Xavier Savage and Xavier Coates.
Oh, the Xaviers.
I think purely based on how he scored one of his tries, I'm going to give it to Xavier Coates.
Yeah.
I think he just played out of his skin, scoring 3 tries, pretty much recreating an AFL specky. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the result against the Sharks, but still.
How crazy is that, scoring 3 tries in a losing side?
Just ask Ezra Mam. And
Broncos fans have all just died on the ground. 2023
cop
flashbacks.
Cop that.
Yeah.
All 2 of
It's all
them.
Harry's fault.
And my dung this week, speaking of the Broncos, I'm giving it to them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fair.
They
Fair.
Double drive by.
yeah, pretty much. They were up 12-4 or something at halftime, and absolutely shat the bed against the Dragons. Nobody really gave the Dragons much of a chance. I know we all tipped the
We
Dragons, except for someone who changed at the last minute.
Oh.
But yeah, to have a lead going into halftime against a team like the Dragons. Don't get me wrong, the Dragons by no means are a shit team, but you would have expected Broncos to wipe the floor of
That
them.
was the start of my fantastic 3 tips.
Yep. That was a turning point
That was
right
one
there.
of them.
That was the one you got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the Dragons. You know, he played really well. I think Jack DeBellin played an absolute screamer of a game, tackling Reynolds in the last 2 seconds to stop pretty much a certain try.
And again, Jacob Whittle. Jacob Whittle. You
I
called
actually-
it.
I
He scored a
predicted it.
try.
I predicted
Just don't put it on Triple H. You know?
Yeah. Last week, I predicted Shibasaki and Little both to score, and they both scored.
Look at that.
Maybe I should just retire Triple H and just do random
Just
bets
do
every
that.
now
And
and
we'll
then.
just post those each week.
Yeah, just post it every week.
I love
But
it.
yeah, Broncos are my dung this week.
I like it. Dongle.
Cool. My dynamo. Both coming from Friday night. My dynamo is Zach Lomax. I think he was great on return. You wouldn't think he'd just come back from a broken ankle or something like that. Yeah, and he came back. I think Luke just pointed out over 260 run meters, 30-something carries, like just unreal on his return. Yeah, I thought he played excellent. Definitely, if there was any doubt, definitely threw him straight back at the blue side there.
Yeah, I think Karaz was a favourite before he scored those 2 tries and had a blinder.
Yeah, absolutely. I think most people had Karaz in their team as well. I was quite confident Lomax would get there. I think when we did our predictions during the week.
Yeah.
I still had Lomax in, but I think he sort of sealed the deal with that. I think he played great on Friday night. And Dungs was on the other side of the field there, Newcastle again. They didn't score till the 65th minute or something like that. I thought they were going to get held to 0 again. Which
The fans are going to think you hate
hate
them.
them.
You hate them every week.
Someone else saying that the Knights were shit this week. It's not me for once.
It's Dongle
I did
again.
not talk to Harry before we started. No, but yeah. No, fuck the Knights.
Josh is usually manly. Josh is manly every week.
I just want to see a coach get the arse. No?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Shout out to Knights fans.
Yeah, sorry.
We love you. We love you.
Don't do that. They might leave.
Blakey.
Yeah.
Maybe Blake.
Oh, Blakey.
But yeah, absolutely. I got to give it to Nice again.
Yeah.
It's self-explanatory there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Lukey.
Look, I found it very hard to pick one this week. There was a lot of games where there were a lot of standout players. But I'm going for the game that I did change my mind and change my tip. It is from the Dragons-Broncos game. And it goes to our man, Jacob Little. Oh, that's
Very
70-metre
nice.
try.
That was good.
With that fantastic goosey step, which
Oh.
outrun Ezra
Yep.
Man. I loved it. I love bloody... I
was
was
sick tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I was very upset when he left the Tigers, but I think that going to a different club just absolutely unleashed the beast that he is. And he's scoring in nearly every game, sort of thing, if not every second game at least. I just think, just his work ethic coming off the bench. I do think the signing of Cook obviously like screwed him over because He had such a good year starting last year as starting number 9. Then he just got cut and straight to the bench when Cook came over. But he's such a good impact player off the bench that it was very hard to overlook him for my Dynamo this week. Dung, there wasn't a lot of bad, like ridiculously bad ones. So I'm going for a team that didn't have a shocker of a game, but just a couple of moments. And I just can't go past the Roosters blowing 2 leads in one game.
I agree.
They were leading, they lost it. They were leading again, and then with 7 minutes to go, lost it again.
5.
Oh, 73rd.
Oh, was it? Oh, I
yeah.
thought it was 75th. I don't know. I punched the lounge.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's not like you to punch pillows.
And that's not me saying that you played poorly.
Just so angry.
Two leads in a game. It was hard to go past that.
Poor lounge.
Yeah, your poor lounge and your poor wife.
No, it was just a whoa.
She had to watch you have a temper tantrum.
It's like an old school Call of Duty game. You get so angry, you don't want to punch a hole in the wall, so you punch it closest off the sink. It's like
She had to witness the temper tantrum of Joey Ouch.
Nah, she was in bed. She did not care one bit. One bit.
The Roosters just were
Yeah.
they were so on. And I tipped the Doggies in a close one.
Yeah.
But I thought it would have been a case of the Doggies were winning and you came back in. But when you were up 12-0 or something, I was like,
14, yeah, 14-0.
14-0.
Yeah.
I was like, the Roosters, like, it'll be very hard for the Doggies to come back into it. And they just proved that they're
2
an
weeks
elite,
in a row.
They're an elite team. And that's exactly right. Like, when are the Roosters going to put that attitude in their game to hold a fucking lead?
Yeah.
So, yeah, not disputing that the Roosters, not saying the Roosters played poorly, just 2 weeks in a row, blown leads. I just think that's needs to be notified.
Oh, no. Last week we had the bye. I meant dogs. Dogs have come from behind 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, sorry.
Nil at halftime. 20-0 last week, 14-0 this week, and won both.
Yeah. So
So-
I don't know.
Incredible.
But yeah, no, they're my Dynamo.
Yeah, very nice. My Dynamo boys, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Keon Cole-Matangi from the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I thought he was amazing. I know it's a South player. I know. I cannot believe it.
are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm all right. But the reason is he's played on an edge. We know how good he is on an edge, but I think this guy needs to become a middle. He was fantastic in the front row, and I think he could be a real mainstay for South Sydney in the front row. So he is my Dynamo this week. Dung, as I've said before, I'm a harshest critic. I'm also going the Roosters. A couple of moments, as Luke spoke about, as much as I love my boy Mark Nawaqanitawase, there was a couple of drop balls there that just showed his inexperience, the lack of rugby league played, going too early to catch some of those. In rugby union, those probably wouldn't really affect you too much because you drop that, they might not score. It's because the game's so much slower, but in rugby league, it's completely opposite. So
Very costly times.
it was. And out of 3 of those, they scored off 2. So
Just struggled against the Birdo bomb, mate.
yeah. I mean, who doesn't? A Birdo bomb is quite intimidating, isn't it? But I will give credit to the Roosters. With such a young side, it's great to see what we are doing and to compete against a team coming first. I was pretty happy with that. No one's given us a chance all year, and I think we are proving people wrong, which is nice. So,
You had him on the ropes there for quite some time.
Well, as I said, we're leading. 7 minutes to go, we're leading. But
Heartbreak.
anyway, we'll beat Cronulla next week.
there you
But we'll leave that for later.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you our sponsors.
Ever worn sunnies but realised you have to take them off on the job site to change into something more safer? Well, now with Stay Fancy Eyewear, you can get some awesome safety glasses that look good and protect you from the harsh rays of the sun. With a variety of styles to choose from, Stay Fancy has all your eyewear needs sorted. Use the code RUCK10 for 10% off today. Stay Fancy Eyewear, protecting you from the nasties on the job site and looking good while doing it.
Thank you once again to our sponsors.
Let's jump into he's been doing it all game, sir. Suspension segment. Not many suspensions this week. The big one we got, Fish. Did you guys see Fisher Harris's beard?
Yeah.
What is the go with that? And he's ratty, which is blonde, and then his beard is blonde.
What
Double
in
take
the,
when I saw it.
what in
I
the
don't know.
fuck is that?
What is happening there? What else we got?
Cody Nicarima.
Yep. Second offence.
Fines, yeah, second offence. Sifitalakai.
Sivitalakai, yep.
Right at the end there on.
But nothing major, nothing that really affected Origin or anything like that.
Stephen Crichton.
Stephen Crichton, he got a fine. He's able to play, which is good.
Yes.
I think the big one, we'll go into niggling, which is our injury segment. Now, Nafahu White from the Chooks. 2 to 3 weeks, MCL injury.
Yep.
We'll hit 2 to 3 weeks on the sideline. Dylan Lucas for Newcastle, which is not a good one either. Bradman Best as well. Bradman Best. And the big one, the boy from Gerringong, Dylan Egan. Suspected ACL. I think it was confirmed today. Gone for the rest of the year.
Payne Haas cleared.
Payne Haas, yeah. Which I thought was going to happen. Pat Carrigan was the other one in that game. They said he had a jaw injury, but he was fine.
Selwyn Cobbo also got injured too, I believe.
Yeah, so Queensland, of course, coming into camp with injuries, again, as they always do.
Yeah.
The virus will be there soon.
Yep.
They'll all come in with the flu.
COVID's back for Queensland.
COVID's back. Oh, Queenslander.
Sam Street. Actually, he got ruled out for 6 to 8.
Yeah, I know. I had him in my multi and then
Yeah, same.
ruled out straight away.
As soon as the game starts.
But so who's going to play wing? When's Katoa back?
He's still. He's not in the injured list anymore, so he's potentially this week.
Well,
or
that's
next week.
good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
right in time for
Bad
that.
week for him to come back against Mark Nawaqanitawase.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Huge.
Huge.
Bradley's working on his bombs out here.
Let's just
Beautiful.
Kick it up in the
Let's
air
just
a
hope
bit.
that Nawaqanitawase learns how to catch a ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
he will this week. He's
Hang
ready.
on, yeah.
He's ready.
Big how was this hit up from Spencer Lenu on
Yeah,
big
Saluka Fafita.
he's
Yeah,
out for,
knocked
grade
him
one
out.
concussion,
He's
yeah.
got-
Oh, Jake Turbo as well.
HIA. Gerbo, that was a
Yeah,
big
that's
one,
a
I
good
think,
one, yeah.
which is probably lucky for New South Wales fans because he was probably going to be picked again.
Yeah.
But we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk Origin when we get there. That's it for He's Been Doing It All games. So niggling. Jump into our next part of the segment. We're going to talk a quick Wild Fantasies first, Supercoach and NRL Fantasy for the week. I lost my head-to-head in NRL Fantasy, but had a really, really good score this week. I actually got 1,070, I believe. The guy I played in head-to-head got like 1,200, which in NRL Fantasy is massive. Supercoach, that's pretty on par.
Yeah.
Fantasy is massive. So got beat there, but Supercoach, yeah, did really well. Terrell May, 121, as I said before, in Supercoach, 109 in NRL Fantasy. So he carved up this week. I think a few other players that were really good. Tamale from the Raiders, 72, I believe, in Supercoach. So he had a really good game. Mark Nawaqanitawase, 98 in Supercoach. I think 92 in NRL Fantasy. So some really good scorers there. But don't forget, if you are in our Fantasy or Supercoach comp, make sure you check out our awesome sponsors, Supercoach Rings, SC Rings, the best championship rings going around. They are our prize for the winners of our Fantasy and NRL Supercoach comp. So check them out today. We're going to jump into my favourite segment, the Harry M's. Over to you, mate.
The Harry M's, the sacred Harry M's.
Sacred.
The sacred Harry M's.
That's the key word.
Where there's still no fucking double ups either this week. So
The Harry M's, where everyone's a winner.
exactly, everyone gets a participation trophy.
Get one of those ribbons.
My three this week. I'm going Xavier Savage.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
He lit up that game against the Titans.
It was
Yes,
savage.
it was a fuck's sake. It was a very slow start for the Raiders. Like I think they were going head to head with Titans for a little bit, and then really that second half is that when they just kicked into gear and Savage just turned on the pace and
Yeah.
gets over for a hat trick himself. My two, the other Xavier boy, Xavier Coates, which reminds me, Luke just saved me from having to name Ezra Mam as one of my Harry M's, so thanks for that. Yeah, again, hat trick, AFL Specky, not much more to talk about. My one,
Xavier Wilson.
no,
Oh, I thought you were going all the Xaviers. For the spit.
Dunutho Gutho, Mr. Clint
Yeah,
Gutherson.
he was good.
He carved up in that game, recreated, I'm pretty sure one of his grand final tries off the
I
scrum.
don't know.
I don't know, I have to ask Sean.
Just saw him do the Dragarino.
Yeah. Don't ever do that again. Yeah, his try off that scrum, linking up with Damien Cook, was just something
No, it
that
was.
hasn't been seen in a while from him. But yeah, very deserving of a Harry M this week.
Mate, quick question about the Harry M's. Is it like the Dally M's? If a player gets suspended, are they ruled out?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Yep. so I got to go through all the suspensions and make
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. So you should definitely get onto that.
Some extra work now.
All right. Jumping into our next part of the podcast, it is, of course.
Good stalling.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Dongle was just showing me something really funny.
Yeah.
Of course, the ladder. So brought to you by NRL. I don't actually know if it's
I've
Bailey
got it for
ladders.
you.
They
I've
always
got
say that. Which, is that Matty
What kind of
Johns
fun
that
is
used to
it?
say that? Luke has it there, so go through it for us, mate.
All right, from 1 to 8, we have the Bulldogs sitting high on 20 points, Warriors 18
Ooh.
in second, the Raiders 16 in third. Both the Storm and the Sharks have 14 points at 4 and 5. Manly sitting 6th with 12 points, Rabbits 7th with 12 points, and the Cowboys 8th with 11 points. We've got Broncos, Dragons, Roosters, and the Tigers all sitting on 10 points each from 9 to 12.
Wow.
Then we have Penrith at 13 with 9 points.
They're
Dolphins and the Knights and the Eels and the Titans 14, 15, 16, 17 all on 8 points.
Oh, my God. Who is going to get the spoon out of those four?
I'd say Newcastle again, but you guys
Yeah.
always bash me for bashing them. So
No,
Leave them alone.
Look, don't
do it to
forget
themselves.
Moses 3 weeks with Origin period. The Eels could
Momax.
and Lomax.
Yeah.
No,
the
no,
Eels could-
Momax. Moses and Lomax is what we
Yeah.
call Momax.
Momax.
Yeah.
I thought you just said Lomax. I was like,
You go the other way and do Lomas.
That sounds
Moses.
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 that's a disease, is it not? Oh, sorry, boss. I've got Lomas this week.
We don't want any of that, mate. All right.
You could go Mo Axe and just take out the middle.
I got
end.
nothing else. You could go Zach and Mitch. All right. Well, thank you for that, ladder. Let's jump into the Profits preview for round 12 now. Of course, an origin-ridden round, so there will be a lot of changes. We don't know yet, as time of recording is Monday night, but we'll jump into the games. If you are tuning in for the first time, we'll tell you who we think is going to win. We'll give you a margin and a couple of anytime try scorers. Starting off with, is it Thursday night
night, yep.
footy? How good. The Bulldogs against the Dolphins, 1st versus 14th. Interesting one. Dongle, who you got?
Yeah, very interesting one. I don't know. I'm still probably going to go the Bulldogs here. Yeah, it is Origin time. It is hard to say. Again, like it's really is anyone's tips at these kind of rounds, aren't they?
Dogs
I'm
will be
just gonna
missing Max King
go-
and Crichton.
Crichton, yeah,
Yeah.
but they're still playing. They're still
Dolphins
a
missing
relatively
Hammer.
still a good side. Dolphins, yeah, like you said, without Hammer. So yeah, for that reason, I'm going to go Bulldogs. And that reason only, no Hammer, no Dolphins.
Very nice.
That's-
Harry?
Getting
All
the double
mics.
treatment here.
Wow.
Like the Dongle, I'm going the Doggies. Doggies 1 to 12. In terms of try scorers, I got Birdo going over again,
Nice.
and Marcelo Montoya as well to get over.
Very nice. I don't think he scored a try this year.
Montoya.
Yeah, has he?
Yes, he has.
Has he?
Yeah,
Surely.
he's got a few.
I don't. Oh, I didn't think he had. I haven't. Or maybe it's been a couple of weeks. I haven't seen him go over in a
He
while.
hasn't in a couple of weeks, but he
Yeah,
has
okay.
scored this year.
Yeah, fair enough. Luke, who you got?
Yeah, I got the Bulldogs as well, mate. I just think, they're playing top tier football,
Sorry.
and the Dolphins are not.
Yeah, fair.
So that's the Doggies for me.
I'm going doggies just because I need to get a perfect week. I need to start getting some tips right, so I'm not going underdogs anymore, although they keep winning. I'm going to go the dogs in this one to win, even with an understrength side. I think they beat the Dolphins' understrength side. Hammer's a massive loss for the Finns. He's won it. It's like Newcastle without Ponga. So I'll back the dogs in this one. Dogs 13 plus. I think they win convincingly.
Yeah.
I'll back a couple of try scorers in this one. I like Connor Tracy to get over. I also like Montoya as well. And I'll throw a cheeky little bench player for you, Bailey Hayward, to score a try off the bench.
Wouldn't he start with?
No, because Burton's still playing. Burton's not picked for Origin, yeah. So Bailey Hayward to score. Let's jump into our next game. It's the Parramatta Eels taking on the Manly Seagulls. Now, rivalry game. This is always massive for these two clubs. Parramatta without Momax, as we spoke before. Seagulls without long neck Cherry Evans. So going to be really interesting. Harry, let's start off with you. Who you got?
I've got Manly in a thrashing. Manly by 20.
Wow.
In terms of try scorers, Saab for a double and Addo Carr to get over as well.
Very nice. Stats, man.
Yeah, I got Manly as well. Yep, DCE out, but they're too powerful.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially after the way they played last week. They just showed controlled football. So, yeah, Manly for me.
Dongle.
Yeah. Hate to be the parrot in here, but yeah, gotta go Manly as well. Yeah.
It's actually a seagull, mate.
Oh. Man, maybe we should get Reese on the show. Yeah, I think, Para, like you just mentioned, no Lomax, no Moses.
Yeah.
Are they going to go back to their start of the year form without those players? I hope they don't. Like, it's been good seeing Parramatta get a few.
I hope they
finally.
do. As a Panthers fan, I hope they do.
Fan, hope you do. Yeah.
I think he's just worried they're going to catch the Penrith Panthers.
Overtake him again.
That 1 point's not doing great for him.
Could be anyone's game. So, yeah. You're getting a Manly. Yeah, I just think, they've still got strength all across the park. No DCE. Doesn't really matter. I think they're going to be fine.
I love it, mate. We've lost one of the panel members here. Boys, I hate to do this, but I'm also agreeing. I'm going Manly as well. Now, this is a really boring round of tipping. We're all going the same so far. I'll back Manly in this one. Manly by 10 points. I'll go Tommy Turbo for a hat-trick. I think he's going to be really on fire. He didn't get an origin spot, so I think he's going to be very hungry. Let's jump into our next game. The Penrith Panthers against the Newcastle Knights. Bottom of the table clash. Both these teams having a terrible season, and it's great to see. So let's start off with Stats Man. Who you got, mate?
I hope you know that your game's next, brother.
Look, I don't think it'll be a convincing win. I've decided to back Penrith this week.
Yeah.
You just said it yourself. Knights are nothing without Ponga.
100%.
And I think Penrith will use this to show they've still got some firepower in the like the younger age group sort of thing coming up. I think Penrith will do it. Won't say convincingly. I'll go Penrith by 6.
Yeah, absolutely. Dongle.
I also got Penrith. It's a good chance for the young guys here to step up. Hopefully Penrith had a lot of injuries at the start of the year. Hopefully, we're going to see those, like a bit like Fields, are we going to see them return to that early on form? Hard to see, against my favourite Newcastle. Fuck the Knights.
and now he's tipping Penrith. He's tipping against him as well.
I know, yeah.
Man.
I sit on the fence a lot, don't I? Yeah. Yeah, I got Penrith. Yeah, but again, in a tight one, I'm not convinced they're going to run away with it yet. But I do think it'll be a lot closer than, like, just looking here on the ESPN footy tips, 89% going for Penrith. They're paying $1.40 to Newey's, $2.95.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
It's not much in that at all.
89%. Harry, who you going?
Fucking Panthers 13 plus, baby.
Nice, I
We're
like
going to
it.
run through the Knights. Like you said, they're nothing without Ponga.
And Best and Lucas.
And Best and Lucas.
Yep.
In terms of try scorers, Talagi for a double.
Ooh.
And Alamotti as well to return to try scoring.
Very nice. Well, this is absolutely the most boring round of tipping we've had because I'm going Penrith as well. I just think even Panthers without their 5 origin stars is still, as we said, better than Newcastle without Ponga. I still think they'll get it done. Adam O'Brien's on his last week, surely.
I thought this week would have been
So did I. I mean, I just want to get this right.
Yeah.
But he's definitely on his last weeks, absolutely. And how many more losses can he take? Well, the rest of the season, really.
Yeah.
So I'll back Penrith in this one. A couple of try scorers. Actually, I Fletcher Sharp to get over for a try for Newcastle. And I'll back in... Who's going to be fullback? Dane Laurie, you reckon, this week? Yeah. I'll back Laurie in for a try as well. Jumping into our next game of the round, me playing the Dongle. The Roosters v the Sharks, 7:35. Gosford, I will be there, boys.
Oh, nice.
I
Good
will...
stuff. All way to go. That's a good stadium there.
Yeah, well,
Blue time.
obviously grew up on the sunny coast, so used to go to all the Gossy games. So I'll be down there with a good friend of the show, Doug, mad Sharks fan. So we will both be there. Let's start off with you, Dongle. Who are you going in this game?
Oh, I'm going the Roosters.
What?
How the turntables.
Oh, we got the Sharks, mate. Sharks to get it done. Sharks coming 5th. No players selected for Origin. Whatever. It's all good. Just hammered by injuries at this stage, but we're all good. We will manage it. I think Ronaldo's going to take his fiery spirit from last week. Bag a triple. Bag a hat trick.
Maybe some more milking.
Yeah, he's good at it. Well, they shouldn't do crushes, all right? Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Oh, I love it.
Sharkies, yeah, I got the Sharkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, by a margin. Yeah, I got the Sharks do it easy.
Very nice. Harry.
So you know how you're talking shit about the Panthers being in very, very
I
poor
tipped them.
form. Don't try and butter me up now. Because of that, I've got Sharks 20 plus.
That's fine. I don't care. You guys go for. You all had dogs last week. Only just one.
Terms of try scorers, Mulatalo for a double, and
Say his name. Say his name.
Victor Radley.
Yes, Victor the Inflictor.
No, I'm gonna go your boy again, Nawaqanitawase.
Oh,
And you know what? Fuck it, Radley too.
gives me chills.
Vic Radley as well.
Yeah, very nice. Luke, who you got?
I have tipped the Sharks, but I see this going one of two ways. I see it in a very tight one like last week. You
Yep.
get the lead. They come back. You get the lead again. Then they win by a try, maybe 8 points or something. Or the Sharks absolutely annihilate you. And I'm on the fence in the middle of them. If the annihilation happens, I've got Kennedy for a triple, Mulatalo for a triple,
Jesus.
Tommy Hazelton for a double.
We're not the Tigers, mate. It's not going to be 64-0. Jesus.
Anyone wearing the blue on the sky blue, they'll probably get like a double or something. If that's the way the game goes.
No, they're in camp, mate. The sky blue.
But if it's a close game, I reckon we'll go Kennedy for one. I reckon Nawaqanitawase for another one down the sideline there.
Nice.
And I reckon Mulatalo to win Pest of the Year award.
Oh, 100%. He's got to be close.
Yeah.
Channeling his inner Michael Ennis, mate.
Yeah,
former,
that's exactly right.
Former club legend. Boys, of course,
So,
it's
yeah.
chooks for me.
Either a close one or a thrashing.
Yep.
I think the Sharks will just get it
I
done.
like it.
Because you've got...
We've got 5 players out.
I was going to say, Toya out, Collins out.
Leniu, Watson,
Leniu,
Crichton.
Watson. So I think you've just undermanned this week, to be honest,
Yeah,
Joey.
for
so.
sure. No, I completely agree. So, in saying that, I'm going the Roosters. I think they get it done in this one. I'll say Roosters 1-12. I'll go Roosters. I'll go.
Nawaqanitawase, Tedesco, and...
So sounds like Blockers commentating. Look, I'll back Nawaqanitawase to score. He'll be playing centre though. He'll be playing centre with Rob Toya out. He'll move into the centres. Dom Young will make a triumphant return. So you guys will score down that wing all day, which will be fantastic because he'll rush up 10 metres. But I'll back Dom Young in to get a double in this game. Mark Nawaqanitawase to score. And I'll also back in Zach Docker-Clay from hooker to score a try. Let's jump into our next game.
Doc.
He can. Let's jump into our next game. It's the Waz against the Raiders. Top of the table clash, second versus third. Sunday afternoon, Go Media Stadium. Going to be fantastic there. Harry, who you got?
6 from 6, baby. I'm going the Waz again.
Wow.
I think you need to learn to count. That was only game 5.
They won their 5th last week. They're going for 6.
Yeah, 6 in a row.
Same. I'm like, there's only 5 games.
Like 6 from 6. It's only the 5th game.
He's ahead of his time.
What the fuck? Anyway.
Continue, mate.
Back to reality.
There goes gravity. Oh, sorry.
All right, Eminem.
Game 5, yeah.
The Waz are going for their 6th win in a row.
Yeah.
1-12 in terms of try scorers. Dallin to get over for a double, and Savage to get over for a double as well.
Very nice. Dongle, who you got?
Yeah, I'm on the fence here. Yeah, I do like Canberra, but I am going to go Wise just because it's a Go Media. And that's the only reason I'm picking the Warriors here. I cannot split these two teams this year.
Yeah.
Still can't. I still think, Canberra are still a 40-minute team at this stage. I'm not saying the Warriors are any better, but yeah, just for the simple fact it's in New Zealand at Go Media, I'm picking Warriors here. That's all I've got.
I like it. Luke?
Yeah, very similar reasoning to the Dongle. Go Media Stadium, was sacred home ground. They've got such an amazing fan base behind them back home. And I just think as well the Raiders might be lacking a little bit with Hudson Young out, so they do lose that impact player there in the second row. And as well as I cannot get over the fact that Jamal Fogarty was like none from 4 in a row or something last week.
Yeah.
It wasn't until his 5th conversion or something he actually kicked a goal. And
Isn't that crazy that they kicked 40? Like they scored 40 points. He probably gets close to. They probably win 50, don't they?
he missed 4. I think he missed 5 goals in the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, they definitely go
That's
over
50, yeah.
50 points.
fans are cheering right now.
Exactly. So yeah, just I think they might just be lacking on that left side where Hudson Young should be.
Yep.
And I think that top of the table clash. I think it's gonna be close though.
It's going to be epic.
I definitely don't see it being a big scoring game. I reckon 18-14.
Nice. I'm going to go to the Raiders. Now, Mitch Barnett out for the Wires. Hudson Young out for Raiders. 2 massive outs for them. Fisher Harris, he is free. Oh, we won't know till tomorrow night.
I'm pretty sure he got sidelined for a week.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
So there you go. So they're going to be without Fish and Barnett, which is huge for them. Both their starting front rowers. I'm going to back the Raiders in. I really liked what I've seen from them. I'm going Big Red to score a try. He'll be angry that he didn't get selected.
He's not picked, is he?
Didn't get
I
selected.
thought he got picked.
Nah.
Right.
Nah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, they've gone with Mo Fodawaker and Tino up front, and then Pat Carrigan at lock. He's not on the bench either. They got Lindsay Collins there. So
Big
yeah.
Red.
Yeah, so I'm going Big Red for a try.
Don't cry about
I'm
it.
going Big Red to score one here, and I love your Dallin shout, but I might go Tamale as well from the Raiders to score a try. Let's jump into our next game of the week.
That's it.
That was it.
Fuck it.
Unless we're gonna talk about Origin.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We'll go
Sweet.
Origin,
Well, we are
so-
going to talk about Origin, yeah.
I was gonna say I'm
Absolutely.
pretty sure all 4 of us are tipping New South Wales.
Oh, absolutely. The only
Yeah.
person on the pod that wouldn't would be Boxy,
Yep.
a Queenslander.
So yeah, all 4.
That's why that's why we don't let him on anymore.
It's always on here, isn't it?
So yeah, we're all in agreement. New South Wales wins.
New South Wales wins.
13 plus.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you our sponsors.
Have you ever wanted a snack but nothing seems to fill you up? Well, try Gibson Country Style Jerky today. With a variety of flavours, including teriyaki, honey soy and garlic, and pepper steak. Gibson's is the best jerky to satisfy those snack cravings. And now, if you use the code podcast, you'll get 10% off. Check them out on social media today or go to gibsoncountrystylejerky.com.au. Need to trim those hedges? Need to cut that grass but unsure how? Well, visit Koala Mowers today for all your lawn care needs. From mowers to whippersnippers and blowers too, Koala Mowers has you covered from the front yard to the back. Check them out on social media today or head over to Corrine Avenue and view their wide range in store. Koala Mowers, making lawn care easy without the hassle of having the correct qualifications.
Thank you once again to our sponsors.
I think it's a really dangerous time to be a Queenslander because I think we're going to whitewash them. I think it's 3-0 coming up this series. I really do. I think this is the best time for New South Wales. We have so much depth. Queensland are lacking. They're lacking depth. They've got so many injuries at the moment. They've got the mysterious virus will be there in about a week.
Yep.
I think whitewash.
He's been shit this year, but I think Walsh being out for Queensland is massive for them as well. Yeah, like I think they really play well off the back of him. That's right.
Until Suoliti knocks him out in
yeah,
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Spencer this year.
Spencer this year, yeah. But I think.
Well, yeah, another Rooster player, so.
Yeah.
I just think, whethout Walsh, I think that's.
They should have picked Mark
Yeah,
Nawaqanitawase
they
on the
should
wing
have
for New
picked him.
South
No
Wales.
wonder they're the cocks of the NRL.
Oh, I
You
haven't
guys
been
happy
kept
with
to
the
nil
team?
yet.
You guys happy with the team they got picked? Like,
For New South Wales?
yeah.
Well, I think it's good. I think it, yeah. I don't have any issues with the team. I think it's pretty similar to last year.
Do you want me to read these
Yeah,
out
absolutely.
now, or do you want to wait till the talking points?
Nah, we'll do talking points after. Let's get into Origin.
All right, no
Hit us,
worries.
mate.
Well, we'll start off with the who got the closest. Who do we
Yes.
reckon, boys? Who do we think managed to get the most correct answers?
Well, I know I got the Max King pick.
You were the only one.
Yeah, which no one got. But I did have Dylan Lucas in my second row, which he then got injured, so that didn't help. I reckon you got the closest, Luke.
Reckon I got the closest?
Yeah, or me.
All right. Well, no, you won't.
I reckon the dongle got
Reckon Dongle and
Oh, actually, no, you had Teddy as fullback, so no, not you.
Dongle. Who do you reckon?
I don't know. I got heaps of
Not
it, didn't I?
Reese, who
Yeah.
had Pappenhausen at
Reece,
centre.
Now,
He did.
now, given these numbers, I have only done 1 to 17.
Yeah,
I have
easy.
not counted reserves. So, for those who did pick the players who got selected as reserves, you suck anyway. Joey,
Yes.
you picked 12 out of 17.
Okay. Oh,
Which when I did my rounding, equivalated to 70%.
Very good. I'll take that.
I unfortunately was the worst.
Oh, wow. Really?
I got 10 out of 17. However, I think we can both agree without that head knock, Gerbo would have been in there, so I would have had 11. Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
I think Laurie would have picked him.
Yeah, Laurie would have.
So
Laurie would have. He would have been captain too.
yeah, probably. So yes, I only picked 10 out of
20
17.
minutes.
Haz and Dongle and Josh the Saint, 13 out of 17.
Wow, well
with
done, boys.
76%.
Oh, Boxy better not be top. Oh, no.
Reese and Boxy, 14 out of 17, 82%.
How did Reese get 14?
Which left Cheggers,
Oh,
our
yes.
social media bloke,
Yes.
15 out of 17
Well
at
done, Chegs.
88%. And other than the fact that he listed Latrell at 3 and Crichton at 4,
Yeah.
he picked 1 to 15 in order.
Wow.
So Cheggers gets the win with our who got it the closest.
Shout out to Mick. He's an avid listener of the show as well. Absolutely loves it, of course. Does the social media.
Does, yeah.
But very
Gets a
good.
big prize
Do
too.
we want to talk a bit about the team now? So obviously 1 to 17 being named pretty similar to 2024, which I think's good. Having that pick and stick mentality, I think, really helps. Probably the only difference is Max King is in this year, which I think is a great pick. I really do. I think the dogs are flying. It's nice to have someone from the team coming first in the side. He's been he reminds me a lot of Mitch Barnett in the sense of that they're battlers, they're workhorses. They get through a lot of effort plays and a lot of work. So I think it's good. Dongle, what's your take on the team?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I really do like it. I'm glad they did the like you said, the pick and stick. You know, I think we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. We spoke about, you know, New South Wales just picking on form, and the team always changes, or if they drop a game, like there's 3 or 4 changes always made. Like they need to stick to a team and sort of build on that, a bit like Queensland did with their dominant era. Yeah, but I think they've done well. I do like the team.
Yeah.
Like you said, yeah, Max King's huge. I think he's not like a classy or a flashy kind of forward, bit like
Yeah,
Payne
he'll get
Haas,
the
like
job
where
done.
He's just gonna run, like he's gonna run his ass off like he does. But blokes like Barnett and King are just gonna truck nut the whole game, yeah, and just make it work for the boys, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Not too sure how I feel about Moses and Cleary still. Like the both of them have quite a similar play style. I would have preferred to see a running 5'8", but
Sorry.
yeah.
Luke Metcalf.
Sorry.
Chad Townsend.
The half
Chatty.
we didn't know we needed.
Love you, Chatty. Actually, it was last week you were talking about who's going to fill in some Roosters shoes, and I'm screaming at the radio, Chad!
Chad.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Damien Cook,
What are you
mate.
talking about?
Damien
Front
Cook.
row.
Damien Cook plays centre for New South Wales, all right?
Yeah, Chatty Townsend.
Harry, what is your take on probably, let's say, some of the controversial positions, like front row, for example? No Terrell May. What were your take on that?
I think Terrell should have got a look in.
Yep.
I don't think what he posted probably helped
Yeah.
with it, but I'm pretty sure Laurie said in his press conference yesterday that the forwards that he picked have been playing better than May.
No way.
If you look at the stats,
Yeah.
fucking May is at the top.
Ask the man next to you. Like,
May is at the
stats
top
man.
of every single stat
Yeah.
for a front rower,
Exactly.
and he doesn't get picked.
Do you know how I know? Because every week when I do our team of the week, I base it off a lot of fantasy and Supercoach scores as well. He's scoring centuries for fun.
Yeah.
The guy had 63 tackles in a losing team on the weekend and missed 0.
Missed 0.
So, for me, you can't say forwards are playing better. It's got to be an attitude thing. It's got to be an attitude problem.
Even he didn't even get a look into the reserves either.
No.
Like,
Did they do a 30-man squad this year? I
No, they
didn't
did
see
20.
anything.
20.
Oh, they did. They
I'm
only
pretty
did 20.
sure Campbell.
Because usually they do like a 30-man
Yeah.
camp.
Campbell Graham.
Yeah, Campbell Graham, 18th.
Okawat.
Oh, Kawadu.
Yeah, Utoi Kamanu and Olakawadu.
Kamanu.
Yeah. It's just a case of not picking Tigers again. Laurie's
Yeah.
back.
Fucking classic Laurie.
Not doing that.
No, that's Madge's problem.
Yeah. Luke, any changes you would make to this Blues team? Yeah. Apart from that obvious one.
In all honest opinion, and I don't want to sound biased, but it will be.
Yeah.
Fuck Robson off.
Yep.
Happy.
I
What
agree.
the hell?
I agree.
Robson
really do.
has just been dog shit.
Yep.
And he has 1 or 2 good games, then he has 4 shit ones. I don't know how he got picked.
It's like Laurie was scared to make changes because
Honestly.
the team is no discredit to your Panther boys even, but like they haven't been in great form either. And he's picked all 5 of them.
Yep.
Out of those Penrith boys, I would have picked Cleary and Yo. That's it.
I wouldn't say Martin's been.
I wouldn't say he's been
bad.
great. I would have started Hudson Young.
Oh,
He's been back 1 game.
Yeah, Lomax has been back one.
And he scored 2 tries and ran for over 200 metres. What did Toto do?
yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm going to be the fucking stats man.
I wouldn't say Liam Martin's had that bad of
Yeah.
a shocker. He's had a couple of bad
But
moments.
you know what I mean? Like, it's like Daly's scared
Yeah.
to make those big calls. It was like he just stuck with what he knew apart from Max King, and then that was it.
I do like how though he does have that stick and
Yeah.
because I was talking about this afternoon and I was talking about mentality and the people we were talking about was Tedesco and Edwards.
Yeah.
And I said my thing was, yes, Edwards has not been in the greatest of form this year. However, if he's the man that you're going to play with for the rest of the and for the
I
rest
agree.
of his career, he needs to come back and he needs that kick up the rear end and to be back on the center stage to go, right, this is what I'm playing for.
I completely agree. A lot of people were shocked that I didn't pick him in my team, and that was the main reason. Is as much like obviously selfish reason. I want him to play for us over this period, but also you can't like we got to look to the future. So it's Edwards and then it's Pappenhausen.
Yeah.
like that's it for fullbacks.
That's exactly
moving
right.
forward.
But yeah, no, my big change would just be Robson.
Yeah.
I don't think Luai did anything wrong, has done anything wrong to lose his spot. And I do agree with Dongle. I think Moses and Cleary are 2 very similar players.
Yeah, for sure.
A more aggressive running 5'8" might have been the better option.
Who
but
sits back? Who takes control and who sits back out of those
Cleary's
two?
going to take
Cleary
control,
do it,
100.
yeah.
And if he doesn't, like we're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Cleary's got to run this. And for me personally, I believe Cleary has done everything but Origin. He's won Origin.
But this is where he needs to dominate.
This is where he needs to take control. He's taken control in grand finals.
Yep.
He's done
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah. Agreed.
But he just hasn't had that massive impact in Origin.
I'll
other
make
than
a
being
big
part
call
of it.
now. If Cleary can dominate at Origin, he's in immortal status for me.
100%.
He's in that Joey Johns talk.
But yeah, and when I go on about Robson and Coruscant and Luai, it doesn't really matter for the Tigers because games 1 and 2 we got the bye anyway, so I'm happy. But at the end of the day, biggest one for me, Robson's got to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Send him that hat because he needs to run out wearing it.
He's a liability.
Just saying.
Except next year, he'll be fantastic next year. He'll be at the Roosters.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you our sponsors.
League Lids are an international company selling retro corduroy sports hats to make you the envy of all your friends. Head over to League Lids and check out their array of hats today and use our discount code RUCK10 for 10% off. Wanting to go to a game but having nothing to show of your favourite player? Well, now with Sports Heads, you can bring your favourite player alongside with you. With an array of core flute cutouts, Sports Heads have all your favourite players from every team covered. Custom designs are also available. Visit Sports Heads on their socials or at their website today and use the code RUCK10 for 10% off now.
Thank you once again to our sponsors.
Let's look at the Queensland team now. Couple of changes, of course, few injuries. Rob Toyer making his debut at centre. So congrats to Rob. Of course, I hate him next week. As much as I love him at club level, I hate him playing for Queensland. But, congrats to the young guy. He's 20. He's 20, making his debut for Queensland, which is fantastic. The team isn't much different, but the one that was left out, which did really shock me and shocked you boys when I mentioned it before, Horse. Big Red.
Big Red.
Corey Horsburgh, not picked. I thought he has had a really good year so far. Really come back into his own. The bench for me for Queensland, a bit light on. Like Tom Dearden at 14, I don't like it.
That's
He's not Ben Hunt. I don't think he plays hooker.
Surely, but if Hunt wasn't injured, surely he gets the spot there.
Yeah, you would think so.
It would have been Hunt. That
You would think though, but I would have played like Kurt Mann. Like Kurt Mann's an 18th man.
Yeah,
I would have rather Kurt Mann at 14
14,
to
yeah.
have that cover.
Yeah.
But
Bo Firma, that's a
Bo
solid
Firma was a
shout,
good
yeah.
pick, and I really Trent Liero is an interesting one for me. Billy's had a lot to do with Liero in Melbourne camp and said, he's worked hard, he's a really good player, but I guess I just don't see it. Like every time I watch a Melbourne game, I'm not going, fuck, Liero's good.
Liero's he's just I've noticed it the last few weeks. He's giving away stupid penalties.
Yeah. Well, let's hope he
And-
keeps that up.
Yeah, especially in this Queensland game. Fucking give us all the penalties you
That's
want.
it. Yeah.
Even so, like even his errors too, like just stupid errors.
Yeah.
I don't see what Billy saw in him.
Yeah, me too. The other interesting one, Jesse Arthurs. I thought he was Kiwi, but he's 19th man for Queensland. So, yeah, New South Wales, that's in Queensland apparently,
There
which
you
is
go.
exciting.
Yeah, another one.
But yeah, it's just like when James Tarmow played for New South Wales. No, I'm talking about Kiwis.
Kiwis.
I thought Jesse Arthurs, he played for the Maori All-Stars, so I'm pretty sure I thought he was Kiwi, but he's 19th man for Queensland. So,
English was a New South Wales.
well, I guess Ponga
Yeah, I was
played
gonna
for the
say
Maoris,
Ponga.
didn't he?
Yeah, Ponga played for the Maoris.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, there you go. But looking at the 1-17, the team's shit, and New South Wales are going to win.
Yep.
You heard it here.
I stick by it. 13
I'd say you
plus.
heard it here first, but I'm sure many people said it. Yeah.
No. You heard it here first on the ruck infringement. Love it, mate. Let's do a couple of talking points, boys. Now, big one. I didn't actually add this, but I was looking at it during the week. Marty Tapau. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this. Marty Tapau liked a post from Elijah Taylor, of course, former Tigers and Penrith player as well, who was talking about Michael Maguire's coaching style.
Yeah, he
was saying it was
criticising it.
criticising it. Marty Tapau liked the post. Well, isn't this the worst thing that a Broncos player has ever done?
Well, he unliked it
in the
as well.
short in,
But yeah.
in the short term. You know, it's not like a current Broncos 5'8", drove under the influence and put a child in hospital. It's not like that happened.
Nah.
And is fine.
Yeah,
but
imagine liking a post that is fair criticism of a coach.
I don't
Like,
get it.
Oh my God.
Were they trying to move Marty Tapau on? Like what?
Surely, yeah.
Sure.
If that doesn't scream like
That's
we don't
so
fucking want you here.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're getting rid of a player for liking a post. And look, to be honest, they're probably right. Like Madge has been intense. The Broncos are now out of the 8.
Yeah.
His coaching style probably isn't working. Like they're not wrong.
Who was it? It was criticising. Oh, no, all of them did criticise Kevy, but one of them was on a pod. Was it Cobbo?
Cobbo.
Last year, the year before.
Cobbo, yeah.
And he, just a quick. Oh, sorry, mate. And then it was.
But I think
all sweet after that.
But that's the big thing is everyone's comparing Ezra Mam to it. Like Ezra Mam keeps his job after what happened. Marty Tapau doesn't. Like that. It to me, it just doesn't make sense, and it's such a big issue. I mean, we don't know the ins and outs. We don't know what's happened behind closed doors. But from what we've seen on the surface, that's what's happened. He's liked the post. He's copped it. And now he's on the out. He probably doesn't get another cop. He's 35, Marty. So
Yeah.
I
Dragons. I think.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
they
they're
like-
retirement village. so-
Tigers used to sign Dad's Army, so he could go there. He's a former Tiger, so he might head home. Some other talking
him
points
home.
we had here, of course, Buck the Bronco.
Bronco.
Did you see this? To be gone from game. So Peter, the animal activist group, this is just so stupid. This is so stupid. They think that it's bad to have him there because he's a live horse, and we should ban him from the games. Thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
You go.
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna go on a whole.
Peter, you can shut the buck up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were they talking about like renaming the Broncos as well, like to the
Boomerangs.
to the boomerangs,
To
or
the
something?
donkeys.
Yeah, no, to the boomerangs, like the Brisbane Boomerangs or some shit.
Well, I mean,
What the
the way they've been playing.
Yeah, donkeys. Yeah.
they just
Playing like
come back,
arse.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What do you?
like
What do you?
arse.
What a pain.
So he's gone. Is Buck Bronco gone, or is it?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, he was there against the Dragons
Yeah.
because he went around the field and the commentators mentioned it. So surely not. I mean,
best looked after horse.
don't listen to animal activists.
I know. Yeah. What are
They're like vegans.
Yeah.
God,
They're
Oh,
against
shit.
KFC. I mean, like.
I
just
know who would be against
stop
KFC.
there.
Anyway.
Well, you know what? They will probably they'll probably protest that we have KFC as a sponsor in the NRL.
Yeah.
Can't do that because that's against chickens.
We're going to get done because we've got a jerky sponsor, and that's beef, dried beef.
I'm just saying they're
best,
coming out
Johnny,
with
the
the
best.
most stupid shit. Like it's a Bronco. It's the
a
symbol of
horse.
their club. Like,
Exactly.
Like what? You're gonna? What's a club that doesn't have an animal as a fucking thing?
Raiders.
Raiders. You're gonna get rid of the Vikings because it's gonna cause trouble.
Get rid of the
because-
clap.
Yeah, get rid of the clap because it's close to fucking. It's close to a bloody STD.
Just keep scratching and go away.
Like,
That's what they told me.
they're just.
The Storm have to change their emblem because it offends scientists and lightning strikes.
It does.
They should be the lightning sharks.
The lightning sharks. Yeah.
Oh, the Cronulla Sharks are gonna have to change their name.
Yeah. Rabbitohs. Ooh, good.
Rabbitohs,
Oh,
Panthers,
Tigers, Panthers.
literally
Roosters.
every team bar
Not
the
Roosters.
Raiders.
They're not scary.
The Cowboys will stay. The Raiders will stay.
No, but the Cowboys are riding on a cow Or of a horse.
Actually, you know what?
They're riding on a
while,
horse.
While we're brainstorming, I have a really good idea. We should just kick the Rabbitohs out of the comp altogether.
That's also a
See,
fair
better.
idea.
That
Yeah,
works.
perfect.
That's a very
Sorry,
good idea.
shout out to Chani, of course. We don't actually mean it. Luke said it, not me.
We don't even have a microphone.
Yeah, or what? They're going to get rid of the Cowboys now because the Cowboys are riding on a horse.
It's just ridiculous. Like it's so stupid. It's just I don't even understand how this is a talking point in the NRL, which is a game about rugby league. We're now talking about getting rid of a live horse.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense
It's
to me.
annoying, yeah, but it's a talking point. It's going to gain traction, isn't it?
Oh,
Like, just
absolutely,
fucking
absolutely.
stupid.
But
It's
let's
really,
have a-
yeah.
Can you imagine this weekend? Every single team brings out their animal mascot, like a live one.
Yeah.
So we got a tiger walking around, a panther,
A rooster.
a roo-
Mark Nawaqanitawase!
a fish tank with an eel on wheels.
And then the Knights, but they're like, and they're sad Knights.
Depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
every team brings out an animal.
That's a good idea.
Just in protest.
That's a good idea.
It'd be hilarious.
It
I would love
be.
that.
Except the dolphins and the sharks wouldn't
just-
survive
yeah.
because they'd be on land.
No, but they'd be in like a little fish tank on
Oh,
wheels.
yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Like the Super Bowl. Yeah.
You know, like in Cat in the Hat. Cat in
Get
the
a-
Hat where the goldfish is in the bowl and he's talking.
Get a came up, blow up kiddie pool and just put it in there.
What you do with blow ups, we'll leave that for another
Whoa, whoa,
podcast,
whoa,
mate.
whoa,
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 whoa.
whoa.
Let's jump into our next
Let's get
talking
out of
point now. I had Mam first game back, killed it, and I think he had to. Reese and I,
I think the only thing bigger than his car crash was that crash tackle that he missed on Little.
Yeah. But something producer and I spoke about last night is that he had to give 110%. He has no choice. He needs to do that week in and week out, especially for a while until people are back on him again. He needs to be giving 110% every week because people aren't going to cop it. If you're coming back in a team and you're going to give 40%, especially for what he's done, see you later.
I am still of the belief that his contract should have been torn
100%. I agree.
and he should never step foot on an NRL footy field again.
I agree, but don't like a post. All right, let's have a look at our next one.
Just before you go in the next one,
Yeah,
I've
mate.
just seen on Facebook, Robert Toya is the third player in the NRL to make an Origin debut with the least amount of games.
Yeah.
Tied with Payne Haas with 10 games under his belt.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Well done to Rob Toya.
Very well done. 4 wins separate first place and 11th place. How crazy is that? This is how tight the comp is at the moment.
It's nice for a change.
It's
Yeah.
great. It's fantastic. And it's good to see some different teams up there as well, teams that we don't usually get to see. So it is good. I mean, personally, I think the Warriors are one injury away, especially if they get a half. If Metcalf goes down, I think their season will derail.
Jet Cleary,
Oh, yeah.
bring him up.
Yeah,
Bring him
bring
up.
him up,
There we
bring
go.
Ivan over. But that's probably about it for our talking points for this week. Did have a bit of Origin chat. I think we've gone through that enough already. A couple of viewer questions this week before we do Joey's Jumble to finish off. Viewer questions. We had one from good mate Toby Thompson, a good friend of mine, went to school with him, Mad Roosters fan. He said, where does Marky Mark's try rate all time? And in the past decade, where does it rate? Is it top 3 for you? Is it top 10? What do you guys think?
All time, I'd probably put it maybe in the top 50. Like,
Yep,
I think there's
yep.
still so many other tries that had a better impact or anything. For the year, that will end up a top 10 try. Possibly, I would say, just depending on how the rest of the year goes. Currently, that's a top 5 try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of games to go.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm so confident that will be in the top 10 try of the year for
Yeah,
the year.
for sure. Do you think that we talked off air about a couple of other tries that we thought were really good? Obviously, I mean Benji's flick pass 20 years ago in the semi was incredible to Paddy Richards, and then of course Gaznia to Inglis 2008 Australia Centenary Test was good as well. I don't think it compares to those because those were iconic. But Harry, where would you have it rating in your? Would it be in your top 5 for the decade?
I give it top 10 for the decade.
Yeah,
I
nice.
wouldn't give it 5. Like Luke was saying, there's been plenty of tries that are only just a little bit better than that. I still would make it a top 10 for the decade.
Yeah.
But top 5, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, beautiful. Dongle, where's the rate for you?
I liked it. I think it's awesome. Like, I like how all the kids are now trying to emulate doing a marky mark try. I think it's awesome for the game. It's great to see it. Much like to sort of just to repeat what you guys have all said, really, though, it's a great try. Definitely the top try of the year so far. But it doesn't have that historic kind of value. If it was a match winner in a semi-final or something like that,
Yeah,
we'd
exactly.
talk about that for years to come. But it was just a freaking nature try. Still great to see. I've watched it about a million times, and it still
me
baffles
too.
me how he done it and he got it down. But
Downloaded it. It's on my roof. Just plays all the time while I sleep.
What do you mean? It's not there.
it's a Pornhub, is it?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
No, man.
But no, very good. Our other question was from Instagram handle, your boy Goody. He basically asked about our origin picks, which we've given, what we thought about the Terrell May thing. I think we've spoken on that enough there. So good shout out. But we're going to jump into Joey's Jumble now. You should have seen, mate. You missed a couple of weeks. Luke was on last week. He was ready. He was on the edge of the lounge. He was he was fired up. Yeah, he was.
Get the questions out.
He was
We even swapped the buzzers last
They
week. too.
did. They did.
I was Luke and he was Harry.
This week's good because we have 3 of you playing,
Yeah.
which
Yep.
is very
Two
exciting.
microphones.
Two microphones.
Two
even better.
microphones. Well, you can take mine if you want.
I'll just buzz
How
it
you
out.
gonna,
yeah,
how
beautiful.
you gonna ask the question?
You can just yell.
We'll go right here.
All right,
Yeah, we'll get
now.
nice and close. Yeah.
Now, Dongle, do you want to test your buzzer first?
Josh. Ryan.
Beautiful. We're going with your first answer, so it's Josh. No, we'll go with Ryan. Harry, test your buzzer.
Harry.
Luke. Oh, you guys are pros. All right.
You have to do it like that too now.
Our first question. Do you want it origin based or you want it from the round?
Anyone.
You don't mind?
I just need
Surprise.
answers.
Okay, beautiful.
Surprise us.
Beautiful. All right.
Trick shot.
Who was named? Oh, I just love
Fierce
watching.
competition.
I just love watching you all. Who was named number 17 for the New South Wales
Luke.
Blues?
Right.
Luke.
Was it? Max King.
Oh, he's on it. 1 point to Luke. All right, next question. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
What stadium did the Warriors win at this week? 16-12.
Luke. It was at. They played the. Who
I was trying to get it played.
5,
16,
4,
16, 12.
3, 2,
Was
1.
it at Newcastle Stadium?
Harry.
Harry.
Suncorp.
Well done. It was against the Dolphins at Suncorp Stadium. 1 each.
Shit.
We'll go last question. So, Dongle, you're on 0.
I know.
If you get this, I'll give you 2 points. So if you take it, you win.
Can I
All
pretend
right.
if I get it?
No, you've got a point. He's got none. We've got to make it interesting somehow.
Yeah, but I'm trying to catch up to Harry.
Yeah, true. You're like one behind him anyway.
Yeah.
All right, last question.
1.5.
Last question. Are we ready? Heading into round 12, what team sits 10th on the ladder?
Luke.
Luke.
It is
He's too
the.
quick.
Broncos were 9.
Oh, it's going to be a fucking repeat of last week.
It was the. Oh, you know what?
You went through them before in the ladder.
I'm pretty sure Broncos were 9.
5,
But I really want to say
4,
the Broncos.
3, 2,
Final answer?
1.
Broncos.
No, they're ninth.
Harry.
Harry.
They are 9th, aren't they?
Oh no.
Dragons?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Luke,
Luke.
is it you? The Jooks?
Is it us? No.
Oh, it's not you?
It's the Dolphins.
No, they were 14.
No, they're lower.
Harry.
Harry.
Manly.
Nah, we'll go another question. That's too hard for you guys.
What was the answer?
If you're about to say what I think you're about to say,
What
we'll
was
say,
the
it, we'll
answer?
say it on 3. 1,
2, 3.
Hang on.
Can you stop hitting my fucking head?
Can we have a repeat? Not a repeat. Can we just have a recap? I said the Broncos. They were 9th. What did you say?
I said Dragons.
You were
Oh,
right.
yeah, Dragons are 10th. Yeah, sorry.
Dragons are 10th.
Cop
I
that.
thought you said Dolphins. Sorry about that. Cop that, Ezra, ma'am.
Hang on. They're sitting 9th.
Yeah, true.
Don't need to
Yes,
crash
Dragons.
out.
So
It's
Harry gets
Hey.
that. Harry wins
Do you know
2-1.
half a point like for helping?
Yeah.
No, you did well.
You
Sorry,
narrowed-
I forgot.
you
I thought
narrowed
you
it
said
down really
Dolphins.
Well, I've already given half a point away. I'm not giving any more half points.
All right, this.
Hang on, without
this
me, you won't get the point.
okay, this is an absolute shambles. Harry wins 2-1. Dongle with 0 points. All right, well, that is all we. That's all we have time for on the Ruck and Fringe podcast tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'd like to thank our sponsors in Gibson's Country Style Jerky, at Print, Koala Mowers, League Lids, and of course Sports Heads as well, and SC Rings for some fantastic championship rings. I'd like to thank my co-host tonight in the Dongle, the International Cricket Sensation, and the Stats Man. You've been great, boys, and as always, to you, the listener, thank you for tuning in. You are what makes this podcast what it is. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts as well. Give us a like, send us in comments, and we will do our best to answer them. Until next time, that's Ryan, that's Harry, that's Luke, I'm Joey. Be good.
Freaky, that's the lab test drop on the Rock and Fringe mic where the weird don't stop. Joey, Harry, Luke, and Ryan with the truth that my soul wanted, feeling scientific, uncool. We analyze, theorize, never playing in me, cause legends break it down every day of the week. Freak or freaky, that's the method we preach. Now someone get the beat, 'cause this one's off the leash.